Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hedger begins now.
Good evening. Police are hunting arsonists believed to be behind a series of fires in the Fingal Valley, currently sitting at an emergency advice level. It comes as crews struggle to gain the upper hand on the out-of-control blazes burning dangerously close to the township.
It's been another frightening day for residents at Fingal.
Really scary. Hey, I'm so stressed and nervous.
Almost everyone has left Mangana and it's still uncertain just when they'll be able to return. Some residents have chosen to seek shelter in their cars and caravans, watching the fury unfold kilometres away.
Well, this will be our third night, so yeah, with the winds, pretty bad.
While others have been given accommodation in Launceston, Hobart and St Mary's. The state and federal government's also providing financial assistance of up to $1,000 per family to cover the costs of essentials.
We have Department of Communities here offering support to people that have been evacuated.
Today, water-bombing aircraft worked around the clock to battle a 5,000-hectare blaze with 3 separate fires surrounding the town.
A bit too close for comfort as well.
As crews battle on, police believe at least one of the fires has been deliberately lit.
We strongly suspect that that there are a number of people involved in lighting deliberately lit fires, and we are appealing to the community, and more particularly the community in the Fingal Valley, to come forward, because we believe that there are some people in that community that know information that will connect the suspects with the lighting of the fires.
Officers say there have been several fires in the area in the past few months and are investigating if they're linked.
We will have a significant police presence in the Fingal Valley over the next few days and even indeed into the coming weeks. We are pretty determined to stop the fires and stop people lighting fires in these circumstances.
It's left residents outraged.
Angry. That's terrible to do that to people, Christmas and New Year, you know. It's disgusting. Really disgusting, hey? Especially with these conditions.
I reckon it's appalling.
Crews were forced to put back-burning operations on hold today due to the fire's erratic behaviour and swirling winds.
Gusting winds moving around in all directions. This has seen the fire become extremely active around the mid-afternoon, early evening, which is certainly of concern for the public and the communities in the area.
Another anxious night for locals. Letitia Wallace, 7 Tasmania News.
Meanwhile, residents in the Upper Derwent Valley have been left terrified, still in shock after blazes tore through their properties this week. Emergency crews today continued their efforts to fight the uncontrolled blaze at Pelham as surrounding communities remain under threat tonight.
A scorched stripe branded into the edge of this elderly property. A bushfire roaring dangerously close to the family home on Monday night. The hard work of firefighters saving the house.
We felt like we were just in a bubble and surrounded by everything that was just burning, and just watching it come closer and closer was terrifying.
The flames spreading from a nearby blaze at Pelham in the Upper Derwent Valley, even now still burning within the hills. Sheds burnt to the ground, at least one home destroyed.
So much stock lost. Everything that's a loss is just tragic.
The work around there has been securing the boundaries and protecting properties. We have assessments underway at the moment to ascertain what has actually been lost.
Crews today continued firefighting efforts on foot and in the air, while others repaired charred and fallen power poles, causing outages.
We believe there's some damage to infrastructure. Tas Networks are certainly working on that around the clock to restore where that's been lost.
Crews have been battling this blaze behind me here at Pelham for several days now. Residents in the area, as well as Broadmarsh and Elderslie nearby, say they remain hopeful the worst is over.
Conditions we expect to deteriorate starting Friday into Saturday, and that's certainly going to present challenges not only for our firefighters on the ground but also the communities in the area, and we're just asking that they stay very alert to the situation.
But as the fire eases, residents have been left in shock as they take in the damage done to their community. Ruby Kamain, 7 Tasmania News.
And as the clock struck midnight, thousands flocked to New Year's Eve events, ringing in the new decade in style. From food festivals to fireworks, it was a night of celebration, with authorities left impressed with crowd behaviour.
You ready to bring in this new year?
The start of a new year and a new decade. Celebrations held across the state last night. In Launceston, more than 10,000 people brought in 2020 at Beer Fest.
Good crowd. I'm actually surprised, considering it's such a little city. There's been a good turnout, so hopefully it's a good night.
It's going great. I'm having a blast.
Partygoers making the most of more than 40 stalls and live entertainment.
It's been a great success so far, really good numbers, everyone's really well behaved, perfect weather. So yeah, it's been great.
We love this festival. It's got a great crowd, great atmosphere and fireworks to finish it. So it's a really good event for us.
Similar scenes along Hobart's waterfront, where a record 5,500 people attended the Taste of Tasmania's New Year's Eve party. The midnight fireworks, always a crowd favourite.
Tonight's been fantastic. I think it's the best New Year's Eve we've had for years.
And at the Marion Bay Falls Festival, 14,000 people counted down to the new year. Tasmania Police making 2 arrests on New Year's Eve, with 4,000 breath tests also undertaken at the festival. Overall, authorities left impressed with behaviour.
Tasmania Police are really happy with the behaviour of the greater majority of Falls Festival patrons this year. It's great to see that people are having a fun time and a safe time at the festival.
Ebony Ablett, 7 Tasmania News.
A man is in custody tonight after an alleged evade incident through Hobart's eastern shore. It's alleged a vehicle was stolen with force at Rokeby around 1:30 this afternoon. Police say the driver was arrested on the Tasman Highway near Mornington shortly after. Back home now, and Country Charm was on show in Longford today for one of the biggest events on the town's calendar. The Longford Cup welcomed more than 4,000 people through the gates, with everyone frocked up for some fun.
With full fields across most races, trackside was the place to be at Longford as one of the state's most popular country meets returned for another year. One Turner's Beach punter has come to the Longford Cup for 20 years straight.
It's just the atmosphere. I think it's just a laid-back country atmosphere. It's great about it all, and everyone seems to be in a great mood.
Cash changed hands feverishly as the races ran their course. Some were a little too dressed up.
I wasn't even allowed in the best dressed. I had to give everyone else a chance, they said.
The gents who were allowed in took it just as seriously.
A couple of mates were here and we decided to quickly just jump in the last moment, and this actually hat's not even mine.
The women's fashions, though, was well contested, with judges favouring a more casual picnic-style look in their adjudication. A first-time entrant took the honours, saying she always wanted to tick it off the bucket list.
I've always admired fashions on the field, and I was like, one day I'll do it. And I was like, well, it's a smaller crowd. If I trip over, it doesn't matter. No one will remember it. And I didn't trip, so that's good.
The relaxed vibe was a welcome encore from New Year's Eve celebrations. Organisers say crowd numbers were a little up from last year. Tom Johnson, 7 Tasmania News.
As 2019 comes to an end, new data has found there was a slight drop in Tasmania's road toll. Last year, 32 people died on the state's roads, one less than in 2018. Serious injuries are also down on the previous year, but motorcyclists continue to be overrepresented in road deaths, despite making up just 4% of vehicles. The state government today said it's working to change attitudes to keep drivers safer on our roads.
In last night's Burnie Carnival, hometown hero Morgan Gaffney claimed a record 4th title in the women's gift, while African-born runner Abdulia Sim described his win in the men's gift as one of the best days of his life. A typically windswept West Park greeted runners in the evening's gift events, but in the men's race, winner Abdulia Sim has endured far greater hardship, having gone from living under a bridge in Sydney to becoming a Burnie gift champion.
I feel so happy today, yeah. It's just like one of the best days of my life.
His run netting him $9,000 in his first Christmas Carnival series.
A nice country. I love to be here again and again and again and again.
For the first time, equal prize money was on offer in the women's gift. Morgan Gaffney claimed title number 4 after starting off 1.5 metres.
We're in it for the love of it, but it is nice to get that paycheck. It pays for travel and things like that, so it's really good.
In the mile, Stuart McSwain started from scratch and produced another terrific run to claim a win on the last few strides.
What a performance!
The King Island product's time was a little over 4 minutes.
I was hoping I timed it right, but at the bell I looked ahead and I saw a lot of guys, so I'm like, it's going to take a big last lap, and I was lucky enough it all fell into place in the end.
In the women's wheel, Devonport's Macy Stewart enjoyed another triumph this carnival series, pipping Launceston's Lauren Perry at the line, while Stephen Hall started off scratch to claim the men's wheel event. Trainer John Blacker has had another win in his home Longford Cup. Paying $7.70 to win, 4-year-old mare Triple Strip claimed victory in the $20,000 race. It was a 1-2 result for Blacker, with his gelding Magnassa finishing second.
Magnassa, Triple Strip down the outside. Triple Strip wins the cup.
The race favourite, Scott Brunton's Sir Simon, finished 4th.
Good evening everyone. Temperatures below average today with Hobart and Burnie 23 degrees, Launceston 22 and 21 in Devonport. Friendly Beach is the state's top today with 25 degrees, 24 in St Helens, Ouse and Smithton 22, 21 on Flinders and King Island, and Low Head reaching 19 degrees. Low-level cloud today streaming over Tasmania in the westerly wind flow, while a wave pattern can be seen in the cloud over the state's terrain. Across the country, extensive smoke haze across southern New South Wales and eastern Victoria, which extends across the Tasman Sea. Isolated thunderstorm activity is also occurring in tropical parts of Australia. Tomorrow, a ridge of high pressure over Tasmania, while a low pressure centre deepens as it moves over Western Australia. Several troughs are still affecting the remainder of the country. Winds southwest to northwesterly tomorrow, 15 to 25 knots, reaching 30 knots in the south. And a strong wind warning is current for southern coastal waters from Tasman Island to Low Rocky Point. Hobart and Cygnet cloudy and 23 tomorrow, 25 in New Norfolk. Launceston reaching 26, 23 in Devonport and Campbelltown 27. Partly cloudy and 21 in Burnie, 20 in Strawn and Smithton 22. St Helens 22, 21 in Swansea and partly cloudy and 26 in Fingal. The UV tomorrow is extreme with 11s and 12s across the state. Looking on to Friday now, fine, light winds tending northeasterly in the evening. Saturday, light showers about the west and south, developing about the northeast, fine elsewhere. And on Sunday, fine apart from possible showers about the northeast and southwest. 26 in Perth tomorrow, sunny in Adelaide, Melbourne 24 and 35 and smoke haze in Canberra. And currently Hobart, partly cloudy and 22, Launceston, mostly cloudy and 20, and Devonport also 20 degrees. And that's the weather tonight, Louise.
Wonderful, thank you for that, Chelsea. And that's all your news for now. We'll be back later with updates. Thanks for joining us. Good night.